I'm here with Ryan Sterling of Encore, and he is here to really break down for us all the differences and little nuances that have changed since we've started conducting hybrid experiences. So right behind us, we have a traditional tech riser, which you are all familiar with. But what we're not really sure about is what goes on to conduct a true hybrid experience. Ryan, tell us all about it.
Sure. So we are going to start at the tech riser, also known as the front of house position. Really, the only positions that need to be out at front of house are the technicians and engineers that really truly need to see and hear the entire room. So that's typically the audio engineer, the lighting director, the stage manager, and the producer. So starting with the audio engineer, some of the things that are different in the new event world or a hybrid event world, in addition to the audio for the room, the audio engineer has to think about things like remote presenters and a dedicated virtual audio send to the virtual audience. So that virtual audience send may include things that are not amplified in the room. It could be things like the mashup studio here at EduCon, or it could be things like applause from the live audience in the room being fed to the virtual audience.
Oh wow, that's a little nifty add-in.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that perspective. So as far as the overall experience, how much time should we dedicate to finding and committing and letting you know about the hybrid experience in advance? Is this something that can be done off the cuff, especially after the pandemic? We all want to know how fast and how long does it take to pivot?
Well, I think the whole PCMA community is realizing that it takes more time to plan a hybrid event or the new event experience than it ever did for just a simple live event. So I don't know, 50% more time,
Okay.
Amira?
I think we can handle that. You know, we know that change will come and we are ready for it.
So some of the other things to think about up here are the lighting director position. You know, the stage lighting is more critical than ever because the camera feed is more critical than ever. The other things the lighting director now needs to think about are what are the other elements in the room that the virtual audience may see. So is the virtual audience gonna see the live audience? And if so, the lighting director needs to light those seats.
Ryan, one of the things I've noticed since I've been attending so many virtual events is the quality of the cameras have definitely gone up, right? Is that something that you all had to pivot and do quickly in order to support all the virtual events that were going on?
You know, we had really already invested in a lot of high quality cameras, but the quality of the camera is more important than ever, Amira. So for EduCon, we brought in broadcast quality cameras with sports lenses to get them out of the middle of the room, out of the audience, and into the back of the room.
So this is a huge part of the production, but what about behind the scenes?
Oh, there's a ton to see behind the scenes. That's what everyone's interested in.
Okay.
So let's take a walk.
Let's go. Now, Brian, I see lots of magic happening here, but I really want to know what goes into the hybrid experience. So which station here is a must-have for creating the ultimate hybrid experience?
Amir, they're all a must-have.
What?
It may seem like a sea of lights and electronics back here, but each of these stations really has a very specific purpose, and each technician back here has a really specific focus. When we start with Rachel, she's really dedicated to show graphics, presentations, presenter notes. One of the important things with her station is she's running primary and backup computers. That gives her not only redundancy, but some flexibility to make last-minute speaker changes and last-minute adjustments. Seated next to Rachel is Terrence, and Terrence is running the high-resolution switcher. And what that does is allows us to manipulate and route signals to the presentation screens out in the audience, but also control things like the downstage confidence monitors and green room monitors. Behind Terrence is video playback. Joe's running primary and backup computers for video playback, dedicated machines only for video playback with professional grade playback software, very important in any kind of live event environment.
I'm sure it is. We definitely want to thank him. Well, we want to thank everybody, but wow, mind blown. Let's keep it moving.
Well, let's go to the other end of the line here.
All right, Brian, so I see a lot more screens here, right? But it looks a little bit more technical. Is there a little engineering going on this end?
There is definitely some engineering going on. There are a lot more screens. Again, these stations all have a very specific purpose. Viddy here is focused completely on video recording. That's her sole job. It's very important. Recordings are, critical, right?
Absolutely.
So, in this case, for EduCon, we are recording a mix of the cameras on one set of recorders and a program feed or the screen feed on another set of recorders. We mentioned primary and redundant backup machines in another segment. Very important for recordings as well. You always want primary and backup. Next to Vidi is Manny, his sole job is to engineer and switch cameras. So very important because his feed is not only going out to the recording, but also the live stream feed and for IMAG or image magnification in the room.
Now, to my left here, our sponsor media site who's sponsoring our mashups is actually right here. Now, I know they are knee deep in the trenches right now, so can you tell me a little bit about what's going on here so the folks at home will know?
They are knee deep in the trenches. Media site is working hand in hand with Encore for this project. They're receiving signals from both Manny and Terrence in terms of graphics and the camera switch and even independent cameras, and they're creating a customized feed or customized signal for the virtual audience. So at the end, they're creating what we call an RTMP feed, and that is going out to the virtual platform provider.
Thank you so much for following along as we find out everything you need to know about creating the ultimate hybrid event experience.